Hi guys, about to get started on my collective. This video is going to be uploaded to YouTube, so if you're watching from YouTube, hi. All right, let's go ahead and see what the message is. Coco Jones Taste channel song. Alex Isley Hands channel song. Hey Miss Tana. Thank you. Thank you, Zen. Welcome to the team, honey. Alright. This is going to be a timeless read, so thank you so much for the gifts. This message may resonate. It may have already picked up on some past energy. It can resonate in the present time and also can resonate in future-wise. So some of you guys, you'll be able to resonate with it in the future. This light is so bright, like, but it's the lowest I can turn it down. All right. Ten of Wands, burden, and Priestess. It's hella intuition energy coming out here. It could have something to do with your creative expression, romantic proposals or offers, certain invitations that you get. I feel like in the past, present, or future, your intuition has been going off, or it's going to be going off when it comes to extra stress that you just don't need, right? Whether it's coming from outside energy. I feel like it's outside energy. But I feel like it starts becoming personal because you take on a lot of things that you really don't need. Like for some of y'all, I don't know if you noticed. And then she just said, I ignored the signs. Oh my God. Don't be ignoring those signs now. Damn, what the hell is this? Who had it in? But please don't ignore the signs, honey. Your intuition be telling you everything that you need to know, everything that's a mystery. You gotta trust in your inner knowing. The Page of Cups and the High Priestess is out here. So if you are familiar with tarot, you know that those are both of the intuition cards. So that's why I said it's hella intuition energy. Maybe you should do some work around your root chakra, third eye, and your heart chakra. Oh, the moon is out here heavy. All of these cards, except for the Ten of Wands, represents the moon energy, which ties to feelings and emotions. This Ten of Wands energy is tied to Saturn, which ties to responsibility and discipline. Sagittarius energy is significant. Okay. On the back of the deck, the Emperor, which ties a lot to stability, structure, protection, control, authority. Father figures, people who are older than you, specifically a male. Within spirituality, I understand a lot of things are gender fluid, masculine, feminine. But this, when we're talking about with tarot, a lot of times it's very specific within gender. So the Emperor, a lot of times, depending on how you read it, can tie to like an older man. All right. The number 4. Then we have conflict behind that. I feel like things are getting into balance however things are going. Like karma is gonna be included regardless. Balance is gonna be restored regardless. Karma is cause and effect. So the High Priestess can tie to mystery, intuition, inner knowing, spiritual insight, emotional stability, divination, esoteric wisdom or knowledge, things yet to be revealed, spirit guides, and discovering your truth. Now, the Page of Cups can tie to love, intuition, comfort, kindness. See, when we're talking about the court cards, like if you hear king, knight, queen, and page, a lot of times those are court cards, which ties to like people, personalities, characteristics. So this energy can also tie to a good idea, a sensitive, thoughtful, introverted, cooperative, quiet, dreamy, imaginative, psychic, emotional, or dependent youth, right? It could be a young person. The page does refer to a young person a lot of times, or an immature individual. Can also be a form of messages as well. All right, it says someone interested in learning about emotional issues. A lot of times the court energy, or whatever the case may be, could be your energy or it could be somebody else's that's going to be like influencing your life in some type of way. All right, now with the Knight of Cups, another court card, it ties to creative expression, but it also can tie to romantic proposals, offers, invitations, taking action, following your heart, attraction, dating, affection. All right, it's your ideal man or woman. An amiable, intelligent, God bless me, young person full of new ideas and proposals. God bless me, honey. Entry number 2 could be very significant. And last but not least, like I said, we have the Ten of Wands here. My cards kind of got messed up. So I can't really read this one to you. But it's all about burden, taking on a lot of things that you really don't need to carry, whether it's responsibility that's literally not yours, problems, stress, work, whatever it is, things that are burdensome. Maybe a lot of you guys have been having stress when it comes to love, romantic situations. Maybe some of you guys' intuition, for like some of you guys, it's been kind of a burden. You know how some people say, oh, you're too smart for your own good. Like, you know how some things, it could just be like a challenge for you at the same time. Like, some people use a gift and a curse. Like, I'm picking up that energy for like the intuition. But aside from that, I'm getting this energy that some of you guys need to trust in your intuition, especially when it comes to romantic interest, and especially when it comes to not taking on things that really does not serve you. It's really just only adding to your plate, right? Work smarter, not harder. Some things you just don't have to do. Sometimes you're only stressed because you're putting yourself in that energy. Like, if you know that someone isn't an ideal partner, but you still give them the time of day, like, you know what I'm saying? Remember we were just talking about karma earlier? Like, cause and effect. If you connect with somebody who's not the best, the result is probably gonna be not the best, right? So I feel like this is more of an intuition energy, and it also has a little bit of love a part of it, whether it's self-love, outside energy, or external influences. All right, father figures, males, masculine energy for sure. Some of you guys could be moving forward from something. Like, you could be moving into calmer waters. You're experiencing some type of transition, maybe from conflict. For some of you guys, you probably are experiencing conflict, whether this is arguments, physical fights, or just simply personality and ego clashes. Something is going on, and it can also be internal rather than experiencing this with outside influences. Thank you for the follow, honey. Yeah, see, here go justice. You're being encouraged to stand your ground. I see that you're standing up for your beliefs. Even if people don't agree to it, you're literally, look. Yeah. I feel like it's kind of like turning nothing into something. I feel like you've been at your lowest, whether it was financially, whether it was spiritually. I feel like you probably started feeling trapped, confined. You probably were also limiting yourself. Probably in this uncertain energy, lacking direction, needing to release. But you could be letting go of some things. I'm seeing something about sacrifice. That doesn't have to apply to everyone. That's just what the hangman energy can tie to. Could be waiting on something, or maybe this was past energy, or maybe it has yet to happen. I'm also seeing lack of direction. But being in this space, this card can also tie to perspective. So it really all depends on who you are, how the message will resonate for you. Because these cards can mean a gazillion things, right? Like all the keywords that you see here, that's not even it, right? So it'll resonate for a lot of you guys differently, but I know the main overall energy, most definitely we're talking about intuition, burdens, creative expression, and or romantic proposals or offers / invitations. And an ideal person, especially romantically. Father figures or masculine energy. Conflict, whether it's internal or with other individuals. Hey, honey. Thank you. All right. Justice, karma, which once again, well, karma can go hand in hand with justice, because the justice energy can tie to karmic justice, consequences, you know. And I already told you, like, when I think of karma, I think of cause and effects. Hey, welcome to the team. Hey, honey. So I feel like you're standing your ground within something. Oh, that's what I was talking about. I was naming all the things that we're talking about. So yeah, standing your ground can also be something that you're doing. You could be facing things that are challenging. I don't know if you're being hard on yourself or if you're just extremely burdened with things because you're taking on a lot. But in reality, everything is balancing out and you're doing pretty good. I don't know if that's for everyone, because, you know, the message may not be for everyone. But I do know if you're neglecting your intuition, you need to stop doing it, because you're a high priestess. So when your intuition or when you're feeling some type of way, it's important to know that you could be right on the money with it, right? This one is very intuitive. Your spirit guides can even be very significant. I feel like they're here with you. I don't know if you be seeing hella angel numbers or whatever the case may be. Angel number 11-2 or 112-211 can be significant. Maybe you can look it up on Joanne Sacred Scribes. Okay. Dependability also refers to that Emperor energy. Let me read the side of it. I am my own authority. I have the will and the power to create my life structure. Yes, you do, honey. My inner knowledge is my best guide in all. Very much true. I get what I give. 100%. All right. Yeah, those are the only ones that have, like, sentences on them. But that's what I'm seeing with that. Okay, sometimes when I get the cards that got the keywords on it, honey, I just be glued to them. So let me get some cards that don't have keywords. All right. Okay, let me put this like this. Put the major arcana. So the major arcana is the justice, the high priestess, the emperor. I did see the magician earlier in the deck. Scoot that on up there. We need some room. Now why I pull all these cards? I don't know, has anybody been emotional? Well, you don't, it's rhetorical. If you want it to be. You don't have to answer it. But it's emotions. That full moon was crazy. Been emotional? Oh. It's nice to be emotional though, you know, having emotional releases. Yeah, I've been in my feels too. Yep. To the point where you get them puffy eyes. Yeah. But sometimes we do things to ourselves, you know. That's why you have to trust in your intuition. It's all about life lessons. Yeah, that's probably what y'all are experiencing as well. Consequences to your actions when you do something and when you don't do something, right? Male figures could be significant. Pisces, what did he? Scorpio, Sagittarius, Libra, Aries, Taurus, Leo. I'm not doing free questions, honey. This song says right on time. Some of y'all choosing the wrong people romantically, and you got this one individual that's in alignment with you. I don't know if you met them yet ever in your life, but I don't know. You know how sometimes if you'll focus on a whole nother person, sometimes, I mean, that's gonna be who you focused on. You know, you may just miss whoever that is. This girl. Oh, what is that? Girl, enough on the play. She's talking about I'm in my feels. I'm talking about isn't it? That girl always been making me laugh. All right, what's the message here? Strength. Damn. Nah, this is good though. All right, strength talks about courage, bravery, exactly what it says, right? And know that strength does not happen when you're very fierce and not afraid. A lot of times strength arises when you actually are facing low times and fear or whatever the case may be. That's why it's a very powerful energy. All right, more Leo. Damn, heavy Leo out here. Can also just represent what Leo energy gives off, which, honey, I can't tell you. But can be fire energy as well, because Leo is fire energy. Man, look at here. Y'all, I feel like y'all went through a lot of things for sure, some life lessons. But sometimes, what's this? 81's Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. Based on your actions is why things happen, right? Based on the actions you take and the actions you don't take is why things happen in your life. And you know what I had thought of today? Like, you know how a lot of people say, oh, you're attracting this person because maybe they mirror you in some type of way. When you start thinking a lot deeper into the energy, which it really don't take rocket science, it don't take deepness to think about it. I was thinking, okay, aside from whatever the hell they be talking about, I was picking up on this energy that sometimes people can help. Like, for instance, if you connected with somebody, right, romantically, and they got wandering eyes. So when you see them having wandering eyes, you instantly punch them in the mouth. All right, I feel like that can be a reflection, right, to show you the things that you may need to work on or focus on, right? Because maybe if you was a little bit more healed, you probably wouldn't have socked them in the mouth like that, right? So basically what I'm saying is, like, depending on what you do, how you react can actually help you see the things that you need to work on. So I don't know, maybe this is a good time to reflect on the way that you react to things. And it's okay to have emotions, have feelings about things, right? But it's a such thing as, you know, low vibrational energies, negative energies. Because, like I said, aside from what everybody else be saying, like, oh, if you attract a narcissist, you're a narcissist. Other than that, okay, this is more so personal. Because, you know, sometimes I can understand where people are coming from. Like, I know why you over here fed up with the world because this person initiated. People got to take accountability. So I get what you're saying. Because they damn near fooled me too. I'm a narcissist. But, I mean, sometimes you just got to have your own beliefs, you know. Or should I say knowing? Because beliefs, you don't really know if beliefs are true or not, but you just believe in it anyway. Knowing is something that you know, right? So if your money looking funny, create some type of action, right? Sometimes, yes, manifestation can help. Sometimes things can poof. Hello, reign your life. Some things, it does take action. Involve romantically with the wrong person. Yeah. Sometimes we know intuitively and we just try. Maybe you just like somebody so much. Maybe just thank you so much, girl. Maybe you just have a lot of faith and optimism. Thank you. But relationships aren't hard. People make them that way. Sometimes we got to stop settling. Sometimes we go back to the comfort zone. We're not really used to healthy relationships. People loving us the way that we love them. And it's kind of a sad situation because sometimes it be your own dad, mother, baby dad, whatever the case may be. And I'm speaking on that, not to pick with nobody, but just to say because it's emperor energy out here and it ties to father figures. So, So somebody money looking funny. Somebody is somebody could be a bit competitive, because that 501's energy can also be people trying to compete with each other. It don't necessarily always have to be fighting, arguments, conflict. Well, it's conflict for sure, but it don't always have to be just specifically that, which I don't doubt some of you guys are experiencing. But it also can be like a lot of people that's like competing against one another. People trying to get to the top, right? This is a nice song. Oh shit, this Leon Thomas, honey, he owned it, huh? It's called Not Fair. Yeah. So some of y'all probably feel like something not fair. It's probably why the Justice card out here. Don't worry, honey. What's that saying? No stone left unturned, honey. I don't know, but all I do know is justice is here. Yes, because when you act out of integrity, honesty, justice, yeah, I mean, hey, you reap what you sow. Remember, I give or I get what I give. People who over here being like these bad examples of human beings to people who are better examples of human beings, they gotta get what they deserve, okay? But don't go back to what hurt you. Don't go back to what broke you, honey. I mean, hey, it's your life. Do what the hell you want to do. But don't be coming over here crying, okay? I'm just trying to tell you. So, well, you can cry. But I'm just trying to tell you, sometimes you gotta be hard on you. You gotta be a little hard on you. You can't be nice. Because then you're gonna be like, you don't go back every time. So you gotta be a little hard on you. You be easy on yourself though. Be gentle. But me, I'm gonna have to be hard on you. Sorry. Gotta do it. But yeah, your actions, what you do or what you don't do, that's consequences, cause and effect, life lessons, whatever it is. So regardless, just make sure you're doing, the right thing. Right is always right. It sounded better in my head. Yeah, so there could be some, whether it's your energy, somebody money looking funny, or it's somebody else's energy. I'm just seeing poverty. Now, it don't necessarily have to just be finances, but if it is finances, that's only temporary, honey boo boo. All right? maybe there was some negative change in circumstances. That's also what that Five of Pentacles can be talking about. It can talk about feeling left out in the cold, financial loss, recession, feeling the world is against you, adversity, struggle, hardship, bad luck, homelessness, yeah, poverty, unemployment, right? But regardless, whatever it is, you got to remember that it's temporary. But regardless, all of these things can be some type of form of poverty, loss, lack, whatever the case may be, right? The other minor arcanas, like I told you, the conflict energy. I don't think I read all of it. It can tie to fighting, arguments, rows. Yep, ROWS. Okay, conflict, disagreements, struggle. Yeah, it's heavy struggle going on. Opposition, battles, aggression, temper, clashing, personality or egos, right? Clashing of personalities or clashing of egos. Strikes, like going on strike or strikes. Chaos, disobedience, being defensive, territorial, assertive. Who being disobedient? I'm getting reminded, you know how like some parents, they be like, they be on that type of time, like, you're disobeying me. Girl, you better get it, girl. But anyways, yeah, if you know how to sing, I'm gonna need you to get in that studio. And I mean, if you don't know how to sing, practice make perfect. Hell. All right. Yeah. I feel like if somebody in this energy is feeling like the world is against them, they really own this protective energy. Like they trying to protect themselves. They don't care if they solo dolo, they standing their ground, or they're being encouraged to do so. Like no matter what, stand your ground. She said, I've never been this vulnerable. Do somebody got you in your feels? Because I'm steady looking at this Knight of Cups. Oh my gosh. This is Coco Jones, honey. It's crazy because I heard somebody else singing it. Little Caucasian lady. She was doing the damn thing too. So I'm like, damn, this was Coco Jones the whole time? I thought it was her song. And that makes me think of when you come up with an idea, man, you gotta go straight to the people and say, hey, I got an idea. Da-da-da. I remember I came up with this watch and I was gonna name it Telly Watch. I was younger and I told my mom about it. Right, about giving credit, right. Some of y'all probably don't be thinking you be having the best ideas. Like it can't get money, like it can't, like I don't know what you got going on. But you gotta stop underestimating yourself and your abilities. I don't know if that's when it comes to how strong you are, if that comes to like you being able to be your own authority figure. Like you know how some people, they rather have roommates because they fear like maybe I won't be able to handle the rent by myself or something like that. It's like you be having a lot of hope and optimism when it comes to this and that, but when it comes to things that are really healthy for you to have that energy towards, it's crickets, you know? Like how you put all this hope and faith in a guy that you should not be putting all that hope and faith in. Yeah. Anyways, somebody could have a crush on you. Somebody could be wanting to date you, right? Let's see what that is. What is this this crush energy, this Knight of Cups energy? What's that? Ten of pennies. Ten of Pentacles. Okay, this is most definitely talking about wealth. somebody you can build with, somebody who you can create generational wealth with. There's going to be security here. I told you this is somebody that's very ideal. Okay, where they at though? Who this is? Where they at? Oh, it came out in the reverse. The Page of Cups and the Ace of Wands came out in reverse. Ace of Wands is usually about inspiration, fresh starts, etc. So the reverse, of course, is straight opposite. Now the Page of Cups, we just was talking about the Page of Cups, and we was tying it to intuition, love, kindness, etc. Good ideas, a sensitive, whatever person. Somebody interested in emotional issues and stuff like that. Now, when it's in the reverse, a lot of times it can tie to childhood issues, right? Period. So, maybe whoever this is, they didn't have the best childhood. Maybe this is somebody who you connected with before. See, I don't know about all that. Because when I think about people I connected with before, I'm like, hell no. Can't be them. So that's why I'm kind of like, I don't really want to say that. But the message is different for everybody. See, me, I'll be like, yeah, that ain't for me, bro. But maybe for somebody else it is, honey. Confirm this ace. Hold on, let me get a different. Hold on, honey. Confirm this Knight of Cups and the Page of Wands. Oh, sorry, Page of Cups. Knight of Cups, Page of Cups. What is this? Oh, okay. Damn. Yeah, some of y'all in La La Land with this one. See, some of y'all, whoever probably wants to come in with a romantic offer, or whoever you probably have a crush on, or who has a crush on you, right? This may not be the best person. I feel like you know that because the Ace of Swords is here, which talks about clarity. Maybe you never know. Like, maybe later on down the line, when they heal those childhood wounds and stuff like that, maybe they'll be in a better space. But for right now, at this point, you just wishfully thinking. I feel like there could be some type of endless possibilities to it, but sometimes you just also got to balance out reality, you know, with all that other stuff. Like how you balance out spirituality and practicality, emotion and logic. Like sometimes you got to balance it out, honey. There's some of y'all way too up in the clouds, and that'll leave you kind of like in La La Land. So either this person is an ideal lover, friend, family member, or they're not, honey. Can't be no in between. That's probably why every time you try to have a new beginning, you can't have a new beginning, because people got to heal. So some of y'all, I don't know if you're trying to reconcile with the past and it ain't working out. It's not working out for a reason. Once again, relationships aren't hard. People make them that way. So if something is seeming like it's not happening, then maybe it's just not meant to happen, honey. Hello. Hello. Some of y'all just want to be held and touched and loved. But you gotta want it to be by the right person, honey. If it's not by the right person, then what's the point? But yeah, that was the main message. Like I told you, it's talking about different things. We talking about love, we talking about finances, we talking about this, we talking about that. But the overall energy is that intuition and what you put in action towards. All right? What you put in action towards and what you're not putting action towards. Trust your intuition when it comes to what you put action towards, okay? Some of you guys, once again, if your finances aren't looking how you want them to look, sometimes it's necessary to put action. If somebody isn't loving you the way that you need to be loved and deserve to be loved, sometimes you need to put in action, okay? Action can go both ways. Maybe you're putting action towards a person who's not giving you the love that you desire. Maybe you need to switch that with putting action towards pulling your energy back and giving yourself the love you desire until, well, not until, forever, right? But just to finish my sentence, until you come into a connection with somebody who's more worth your while, right? The ideal partner. If you put an action towards somebody who's not an ideal partner, you're going to get a not ideal result, right? So, what the hell? So, yes, I'm glad that it's reaching you how it's meant to. Thank you. But that was the main message I was getting. I know we're talking about justice. We're talking about intuition. We're talking about father figures being your own authority or divine masculine energy. You know, we talk about conflict, poverty, creativity or creative expression, romantic counterparts, invitations. Talking about a lot of stuff. Burdens, transition, like moving into calmer waters. We're talking about mental stuff like new ideas, clarity. There's a whole bunch of stuff being talked about. I'm still about to go, okay? Standing your ground, right? Standing up for what you believe in. You can't give up on the things that you want to receive. You got to keep on putting action towards those things. Even if sometimes it seems like, man, damn, am I ever going to get it? Damn. You most definitely are. Okay? You just got to shift your perspective. You got to look at things from like in a different way, you know? Because sometimes we be so into this 3D plane and all the problems and stuff that's going on that we can't really see. And when I say see, I do mean with the third eye, honey. But I do see that you're a strong individual and that you're very capable. You've overcome a lot of challenges and difficulties. You're facing challenges, or maybe you previously faced some challenges and now you're overcoming them. Everybody's situation is different. We may all be experiencing different timelines. But all I know is you may want to choose a partner that's ideal. One that you'll be able to build with. One that you'll be able to, it's like a secured connection. If it's not secured, we don't want it. So just trust your intuition when it comes to what you should put action towards and what you probably shouldn't put action towards. Okay? That's really the main message. Sometimes you gotta, once we talked about balance, remember sometimes you gotta balance out the emotions and the logic. Because sometimes if you wade too deep into them emotions, but you attracting somebody who's not really in tune with their emotions, you probably going to be so in love with them and giving all that energy to them and just hoping and hoping and hoping and never seeing the result. So if you know you this emotional idolist and all this stuff, you need to be mindful of who you let get close to your heart, because you're going to end up breaking your own heart in the end. And I know you probably already way too familiar with that one. So don't bump your head on the same lessons that you've already learned. And sometimes you don't need to bump your head on things that's new to you. Sometimes that wisdom that you've already gained and that inner compass that you have within is the whole key to maneuvering through life. Don't allow someone to have power over you and control over you. You need to have control over your emotions, and you need to have control over your own life. You need to make your own finances so that you don't rely on another person to do so. You need to be strong on your own so you don't need everybody else to be that shoulder for you. The best relationship you can have is one with yourself. And a divine being like you should already know that you're the one that's the prize, and people should be deserving to be in your energy, not the other way around. So it's not about, oh, this is unfair, this is unfair. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about things outside of your control. Worry about what you can control, because sometimes we give ourselves karma. Wondering why this happened and that happened. Sometimes, hell, we didn't listen to our intuition the first time. Then your spirit guides tried to come through and intervene. And, you know, you missed that too, you know. So sometimes you can't really be too much in the 3D plane to where you don't really see shit. And I do mean with that third eye, like I said already. But some of you guys, you're moving into karma waters. Maybe the storm has already brewed or has already happened. But don't have to learn the same lesson twice or thrice. Okay? If it ain't working out, stop forcing it. If they got childhood issues and they abusive, or some of y'all feel like this is bad news, like something not being a false start, or not starting over, not having inspiration. It could be separate from romantic counterparts. It can just be inspiration, motivation. Maybe some of y'all need to get back into creative pursuits, creative expression, inner child healing for sure. But yeah, rely on your intuition, okay? You're not intuitive for no reason. And intuition is not something that's very small. It's really huge. You don't need proof for the things that you feel, for your knowing. That is the proof, right? He said, I never took that as a loss. I took that as a lesson. Take it as a lesson, honey. You don't take L's. It's just a lesson, honey. He said, I put my life on the line even though they all changed. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes we do it to ourselves. We wonder why we're depressed. We wonder why life is going a certain way for us. Sometimes, remember we just talked about earlier, how you react to things or what you do, a lot of times can reflect back to you the things that you need to see. Like, damn, why do I keep on choosing people who don't choose me? Damn, why do I keep on seeing me dig a deeper and deeper hole for myself and just keep digging? Like, sometimes you got to pay attention to the things that you do, the things that you don't do, the way you react. Yeah. This song is by Friday. It's called February 23rd. February 23rd can also be significant. February, that's the second month, 23rd. So 223s can also be significant. And I'm thinking of YNW Melly because he got a song called 223. That's also a type of weapon as well. When you add those numbers up together, it creates the number 7, which can tie to luck and other things. Alrighty. Thank you. Oh. Trying to see what oracles I want to use. Any last messages? Put this message together for me, please. Any last messages? I'm telling you, the Wheel of Fortune. And you know the Wheel of Fortune ties to like cycles of life, fate, even good luck. Remember we just talked about the number 7, luck? Oh, man. The sun of the heavy fucking, this damn Leo energy. Some of y'all gonna have to look up what does the energy of Leo signify? Like, you know how Taurus can sometimes deal with stubbornness, grounded energy, reliable, whatever. I had the, let me see, I think it's right here. Leo can relate to leadership and heart-centered, amongst other things, right? Remember we were talking about being your own authority, leadership. Man. This song is called Without Love. It's by Jagged Edge. It's 12:23 on the clock, and when I looked over here on this clock, it say 12:24. And that I just thought of ascension. So like I said, regardless, things are, you know how they be like, regardless of what's going on, life is always going to continue to move forward. Like, time don't stop for nobody type stuff. But I wasn't really getting it in a, oh, you need to hurry up, you need to rush, or whatever. But as I started thinking about that, I did start thinking about whatever you need to get in line, you need to get in line. You know, why start later? You know, some things need a practical approach. Some things need discipline. Yeah, you gotta stop limiting yourself. Some of y'all don't want to face some type of truth. You're blind to the truth, or you're feeling trapped. Maybe towards somebody who's possessive or manipulative or like wicked. Could be a feminine energy, but it doesn't have to just be like woman. It can be a male, you know. Like for me, if you look at my chart, it's gonna say like 90% masculinity. That's crazy. But I'm a divine feminine though. But you know, it's really all, I don't know, honey, but all I know is this Queen of Coins is in the reverse. But it don't have to be a woman solely. For some of y'all, it's a woman figure. For others of y'all, it could be your own energy. And for others of y'all, it could be a male. But confirm this Queen of Coins energy. The Knight of Coins, another court card. Hold on, it's distracting me. Wicked. The Knight of Coins, it can tie to routine, a responsible individual, consistent, hardworking. The Knight is also the slowest knight in the deck. It's like slow and steady wins the race type shit. Excuse my language. And then I just got in my head, like, you have time. It's crazy. The messages just keep, it's just things that pop into my head, you know? So some of you guys could be, what is that, Claire? When you get these downloads by thoughts or whatever, but I can't really think of it. I want to say claircognizance so bad, but it's something of that nature. You're not trapped. You're trapping yourself. You in that head a lot. You got to get out that head of yours. Clairvoyancy. You got to get out that head. Like, damn, if you're going to spend time in your thoughts, at least let it be positive. All right, some of y'all, it's just negative thoughts roaming around. Maybe it was because somebody implanted these thoughts. Like, sometimes you got to get around, you got to get away from negative Nancy's. Sometimes this energy is projected onto you. I don't know if you had like a father, a parent or something that was, or a guardian that was just making you feel less than or something. But yeah, also when it comes to yourself, sometimes we are our worst critics, you know? Like, don't feel like you're this lazy, oh my gosh, I need to hurry up and do this and do that. Like, sometimes things are going exactly how I guess it needs to go. Now, if you know that that message may not be for you and you slacking somewhere in your life, I'm going to need you to take accountability. All right, that ain't for you. But for others of y'all who be kind of hard on yourself, chill. Take a chill pill, okay? You're hardworking, you're consistent. Slow and steady is probably what's best for right now. All right? You're a responsible individual. Your head is on right. Be gentle with yourself. Stop being your worst critic. But whoever this manipulative, possessive, wicked individual is, they in your way. They are in your way. I feel like they're in... See how my brain not working? It's something with the thoughts. I feel like they're getting in the way of something within your life. Like, could be getting in the way of your growth, to your happiness. It could really be anything, but I know most definitely it's probably something mental. Like I said, if you're dealing with somebody who's manipulative and negative and stuff like that, I can see how it can play a role within your mental. But a lot of times, even though we're talking about this other individual with this Eight of Swords here, a lot of times we are trapping ourselves. This is not necessarily what somebody else is doing. A lot of times, it's us not taking the blindfold off. She can easily... It's like this illusion that, oh, I'm trapped. I can't get out. I can't see. No, you can see. Sometimes we just don't want to see something. Sometimes we're blinded, restraining ourselves. Like, and we just doing all of this to ourselves, which will cause us to be in this energy. You know, being our own enemy unknowingly. That's exactly what that is. It's like you keep putting yourself through stuff unintentionally, but clearly. Clear as day, though. It's crazy. Damn. So what you gonna have to do, like I said, trust in the intuition. Let the intuition guide you, honey. Your spirit guides is around trying to talk to you and stuff. Whew. Maybe doing some type of meditation, like sitting in quiet, giving your mind like a break or some mental healing or rest. Yeah. Maybe this can help you finally take charge towards like really standing your power and operate in that space. And you said someone's doing magic. I'm a firm believer or knower that if you believe something is true, it is going to be true, right? Just like if somebody believes in something that's probably not real, to them it's real. Thank you so much. So what you believe in, you bring to reality. I stopped believing a long time ago that people was able to do any type of magic on me. What you believe in, you will bring to reality. You gotta know, especially no low vibrational ass person, human being in a 3D plane. We have power, but nobody is able to really, unless you believe in voodoo and hoodoo and like all this other stuff, or I ain't even gonna say believe in it, but you know, some things is people's culture, and that's how they grow up. Just like if you grow up religious, your life is gonna be about that. You're gonna have the beliefs of that, right? If you're spiritual, same thing. We gotta just step outside of a lot of labels and what other human beings create. Because I promise you, the only reason why a lot of times we know what we know is because of us, our own inner selves, but also maybe what we've experienced, what we've seen. Because if something doesn't exist to you, you probably would never discover it, right? So I feel like a lot of things only exist to us because we've been taught it, we've seen it, something. But you gotta like deprogram to reprogram, sit with yourself, get to know self spiritually, higher self, but maybe the experiences will lead you there. She said, I'm a survivor, I'm a fighter. What's this song? It says, oh, this is Ashanti. It's called Bonafide Survivor. All right, any last messages? Thank you, honey. Yeah. Nine of Wands. It's funny how these songs are. These songs are just channeling, huh? Channel songs. Because the Nine of Wands, that signifies resilience. This is somebody who's been through a lot of like they kind of on guard, you know? Because of their battle weary. They're kind of drained physically, energetically, whatever the case may be. So I feel like maybe some of y'all, you drain. Maybe some of y'all could be running on fume. Some of y'all probably like don't know which way to go, but others of y'all, you probably don't really have the energy to proceed somewhere. It's almost kind of difficult to put into words because it's not exactly what I'm saying. I'm trying to put it together. Headaches are very significant because this headache is not leaving me the hell alone. This is probably an illusion though. It's all in your head. You know where to go. You know where you want to go. You just got to do it. You got to leave the fears behind. You got to trust that you're protected and you're being led. And you got to also rely on your own. You got to trust yourself. A lot of times we don't trust ourselves. You got to trust yourself. But yeah, that was the message. Because I just keep going more into it, but it's like the message is going to remain the same, but it's just going to be talking about other stuff, and we may end up bringing out new information. But all I know, that main energy was for sure the cause and effect, the action. What you put action towards and what you don't put action towards is what's gonna be cause and effect. This is talking a lot about cycles, life lessons, changes, good luck for some, intuition, being that authority figure. Some of y'all father figures are very significant. Maybe justice is about to be served for you in some type of way, within some type of relationship or whatever the case may be. But sometimes, just like how we can give ourselves karma, we can bring ourselves justice. Sometimes you got to stop doing the same crazy stuff that you've done before. Okay, you got to learn those lessons. But if you don't beat yourself up about it. Eventually, you will. Hopefully, right? Hopefully, honey, because we do have free will here. So just remember that, you know, live with purpose and intention. If you want to. I don't like to project on people, but I'm just speaking what comes to my head. You're so welcome. Thank you for coming in and double tapping the screen. But yeah, you guys, I repeat myself sometimes, so I'm really trying not to repeat myself, but that was mainly the message that I was seeing for this collective. If you didn't get to see the full message, it will be uploaded on YouTube, but I just I just feel like that's pretty much the message, and I don't want this message to just keep going on, and it doesn't really have to. So, yeah. Thanks so much for the gifts. So, yeah, the world is your oyster. You have completed things in your life. You have closed out some cycles. Endings bring new beginnings. Thank you for the follow. Yep. Some of y'all leaving the past in the past. Some of y'all are carrying your wisdom with you, knowing that some things, in order to, I feel like you're basing things around your happiness. Maybe for some of y'all, pregnancy or stuff like that could be very significant. It'll happen. It'll come if you want it to, right? We ain't manifesting it on people who don't want it now. All right. But the ideal partner, the happy families, the generational wealth, I'm telling you, a lot of things, yes, manifestation is a thing, but also knowing that something can happen for you, sometimes you got to believe that shit can happen for you. And sometimes you have to put in action towards those things. If you put in action towards dating somebody who's a piece of crap, how is the idle person gonna come in? You pretty much occupied right now, you know? If you're trying to get towards generational wealth, if we talking generational wealth, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of prosperity. So you have to believe that you can even touch that much money. And you have to take a practical approach to certain things. We're in the 3D plane, honey. Sometimes practicality is necessary. Okay? But luckily, you're spiritual beings as well, and manifestation is just as grand. So just balance out both. Balance out manifestation and practicality. Balance out logic and emotion. All right? Justice and karma. Authority / dependability. Balance these things. Because I know for sure balance is very significant. The angel number 11 out here. The angel number 2 out here. The angel number 4 out here. And right when I said that, my right ear went kind of, excuse me, I don't even know what to call it. It's like kind of when you go underwater and it's like clogged up. They got that tower on the back of the deck. So some of you guys could have experienced the tower moment. Something that happened out of the blue. Something that was very quick. It could have been something chaotic, destructive, whatever the case may be. But I feel like whatever is being broken down is going to be built right back up in the way that it's meant to, right? Whether egos has gotten dismantled, whether relationships or situations or whatever the case may be, I feel like everything is happening for a reason, and everything is just balancing itself out. Look, 2 of Pentacles, balance. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, you guys. Thank you so much for joining in, getting you a piece of this knowledge here. All right. And I'll see you in the next one. Once again, this video will be uploaded to YouTube, so make sure you click the link in my bio so you can find out what my YouTube is, my Instagram is. I would really appreciate a follow on Instagram if you want. Okay, I'm trying to get my followers up on there because for some reason it's not like how it was back in the day. I understand I wasn't doing tarot back in the day. I was mainly posting pictures and videos of myself, but it just seemed like it's not as, I don't know, like it's harder to get followers or something, and to be seen, like, but anyways, thank you guys for coming on in. As I said before, I return your energy back to you and I release my energy back to me. If you're ever wanting to get mentorships, life coaching sessions, readings, questions, whatever the case may be, you can check out my reviews. You can check out my website for more information. You don't book through my website though. You're unable to do so. You have to book through me. My payment options are in my link. If you're wanting to get on the list right now today, feel free. Let me know in the chat so I can stay on. If not, I also do private readings as well. But if not, whenever you're ready, just message me. Okay, I have email, have a personal phone number. You can DM me. All right. But yeah, that's pretty much the message, and it will be uploaded later. I will see you next time. And if I end this live and you wanted to get on the list, oh my gosh, please just message me and we can go ahead and get started on that private. All right.